You guys know that President Obama refuses to use the term illegal alien, don't you? He prefers to call them undocumented Democrats. Anyway, alluding to what Les just said, you know, President Obama did give a press conference the other day, and he talked about the things that make the United States great. The things in his mind that made the United States great are welfare, Medicaid, and Medicare. And I think even my Democratic friends know that that's not what made this country great. What made this country great was our freedom to do what we want to do, and it was the American people.
Right.
So that's the mindset we've got in Washington right now, that government is the do-all, be-all, and end-all of what's good about this country. And what made this country great was the fact that the government didn't get involved in what we do.
Amen.
And again, I used to be a Democrat. I'm speaking to my Democrat friends, and I know they can't disagree with that. So anyway, my next speaker is one of the founders of our Madison Tea Party, and he's just got a short little spiel he wants to give. Kettig Coghill is a pretty well-known businessman here in town. He's a former teacher, he's a real estate agent, I think he dabbles in a few other things, and I respect these guys so much because they're well-known in the community, they're involved, and a lot of people know them, and they put their name out there for what our cause is, and probably a lot of their friends don't agree with what we're doing or what he's doing, but he had the courage to step up and take a stand on what's going on in this country. So I'd like to introduce Kettig, another great friend I've made about a year ago. Kettig Coghill.
Thank you. Is this on? I guess it is. You want to make sure that you come to our next rally, because Les Naiman's going to be there and he's going to tell you what he really thinks. I kind of have a weather report for you. You know, I think it was about 2 hours before the meeting, I got an email. It was from one of the RIPs. And it said, you know, the meeting's going to start in 2 hours. And I looked out and I saw the rain and everything, and I thought, gee whiz. And all of a sudden it hit me that there was a great American, Thomas Paine, that wrote a pamphlet called The Sunshine Patriot. And so I excerpt. That's not a word. I must be Sarah Palin. I'm making up words. I took some excerpts, and I'd like to read those to you. But first, I'd kind of like to equate our movement to a weather report. You know, we started out in the spring 2 years ago, the Tea Party movement in general, and when we came out, they demonized us, called us bigots and what have you and everything. They could not make us go away. Well, the biggest danger to the Democrats and the Republicans and the people that are in office today, the biggest danger of them losing their job is the Tea Party. Amen. Right. They will do everything they can over the next 2 years to demonize us, discredit us, put out false stories about us, and try to make us a non-influence in the election of 2012. Right. So we have to be aware of that. What that means is that we cannot be sunshine patriots. So these are just a few words from that pamphlet. And we've all heard some of it, but not all of it. These are the times that try men's soul. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will in this crisis shrink from the service of their country. But he that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered. Yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheaply, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. Heaven knows how to put a proper price upon the goods, and it would be strange indeed if so celestial an article as freedom should not be highly rated. I turn with a warm ardor of a friend to those who have nobly stood and yet determined to stand the matter out. I call not upon a few, but upon all, not on this state or that state, but on every state. Help us. Lay your shoulders to the wheel. Better we have too much force than too little. When so great an object is at stake, let it be told in the future to the future world that in the death of winter, when nothing but hope and virtue could survive, that the city and the country, alarmed at one common danger, came forth to meet and to repulse it. Say not that thousands are gone and give up. Turn out your tens of thousands. Throw not the burden of the day upon God, but show your faith by your works, that God may bless you. It matters not where you live or what rank of life you hold. The evil or blessing will reach us all. The far and the near, the home counties and the back, the rich and the poor, will suffer or will rejoice alike. The heart that feels not now is dead. The blood of his children will curse your cowardice. Who shrinks back at a time when a little might have caused the whole and made them happy. I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather from distress and grow brave by reflection. 'Tis the business of little minds to shrink, but he whose heart is firm and whose conscience approves his conduct will pursue his principles unto death. My own line of reasoning is to myself as straight and clear as a ray of light. So just as in the time of colonial threats and our war on independence, we all have a job to do. And as I stated, it doesn't matter where you are in this society, you're going to end up being the salvation or the failure of it. Rick?